morning. I woke up a little bit later than I planned, but I made breakfast, I did the crossword, I had my coffee, I backed up some files. It's kind of a busy week, so I am a little bit stressed. I am going to use all the tools at my disposal to make it work. Basically, in this video, I want to do kind of a vlog format, but specifically focusing on like all of the to-do apps, project management apps, anything productivity related that I use to survive the week, basically. Okay, so the first thing that I need to show you is that every Sunday in iCal, I plan out my entire week. So this calendar has all of my events from university classes, plans that I have with friends, to any other kind of appointment. Basically anything where I have to be somewhere at a certain time. But then I also have a calendar for blocking out how I'm gonna spend all of the free time in between those events. So, for example, basically the two big things today are that I have class, and then I have in the evening a photo shoot for the music club because we're doing a new concert, so it's time to promote it. So I have my class and I have the photo shoot, but then in between that, I'm gonna estimate how long it's gonna take me to run some errands. I'm gonna leave time for eating lunch and relaxing, doing some reading. Then I think it's gonna take me about 2 hours to do my part for a group project for branding. And then after the photo shoot, I need to work on some homework for entrepreneurship. So if you wanna know more in detail about this whole time blocking process in iCal, I do have a video on that, but for now, we're gonna move on. I got to class early, so I worked on planning this very video that you're watching right now. For this, I use Notion. So I have this template where I have checklists for everything that needs to happen to put together a video. I can plan out what the video title might be, what keywords I might use, thumbnail ideas, editing ideas, everything like that. Notion is great for this because it's really good for databases. Any item that you have in a database can have properties attached to it. So in the YouTube video example, I can put down the date that the video is going live, what the status of that video is. Once it's on YouTube, a link to it. I can write down who the sponsor is and any other notes that I might have. I love that in Segovia, I can get almost anywhere by walking, so it was time to go to the store then. This is an app called Now Then Pro. I use it for time tracking. So basically, whenever I switch activities, I go and I select the new task that I'm working on. And then at the end of the week, I end up with this really nice graph that shows me exactly how I spent all of my time that week. And honestly, more than the data collection itself, which is super interesting, I love a good graph, I think it's the actual practice of time tracking that is the most valuable part of this. You get so good at estimating how long things are going to take you. You become more mindful about not multitasking because you're literally forced to select one activity to work on at any given time. And it just makes you generally aware of whether you're spending time on the things that are actually most important to you or not. So I went to this gigantic store to pick up some metallic balloons for the music club photo shoot, and I also passed by the grocery store on the way home, so I figured I might as well get some bananas and pesto. Not to eat together, obviously. I just needed bananas and pesto. After lunch, it was time to work.
You better work.
To focus, I use this app called Portal. Basically, I just set a 25-minute Pomodoro timer. I play some nature sounds. I set my AirPods to noise canceling mode. Total focus mode. Alrighty, I just finished working on a report for branding class, and now it is time to pack up my stuff and head down to school, back to school, to the photo studio for the photo shoot. So basically the theme for this concert is through the decades. We're playing songs from the 1950s all the way through the 2020s. And then the concept for the photo shoot was to recreate one album cover per decade. You know, this is exactly the kind of project that I love to organize, and Milanote is the tool for organizing creative projects. So I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. With Milanote, you can gather all of your notes, images, videos, tasks, etc. in one place. So I used it to plan out not only the inspiration, but the logistics for this photo shoot. Once we had all 8 album covers picked out, I put them in a Milanote board, and it was super easy to drag and drop them around to figure out the best schedule for shooting. I used the drawing feature to sketch on top of these screenshots and try to coordinate everyone's availabilities. I had checklists of props that we needed to bring, and then I also used different note colors to indicate who had confirmed that they could come to the photo shoot. With Milanote, you can invite colleagues and clients to collaborate in real time and get feedback. So I shared this board with my friend who was helping me with the photo shoot, and we both had it open to reference the poses that we needed for each album cover. They also have over 100 built-in templates that you can use for every kind of creative project, whether you're making a mood board or planning out your university tasks for the week. Milanote is available for free with no time limit, so you can sign up using the link in the description and start your next creative project. So anyways, I made it home, washed the dishes, did the laundry, did some more homework. All very boring. Let's skip ahead to the next day. Basically, my morning routine consists of some stretches and exercises, a cold 1-minute shower, 5 minutes of journaling, and then planning out my day. Those are the key parts. Then I cook my signature breakfast of chopped bell peppers and onions with balsamic vinegar, spinach, and eggs. I also drink a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar mixed into a glass of water every morning. I got ready and I went to the store to look for stickers for recreating Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album cover, and we continued with day 2 of shooting.
Wild good teacher.
There's way more.
I can literally feel my brain slowing down. I've been editing for a few hours. I got a lot done. I'm very happy with how it's all looking, but I need to get out of my chair and have a break. So basically for task management, I use this app called TeuxDeux. I think I started using it in 2018, if I remember correctly. It was somewhere in the middle of high school. I learned about it from Rowena Tsai from one of her videos, and I tried it and then I never went back. It is so dead simple. It is exactly what I was looking for, because before I had long to-do lists on a piece of paper with like columns for the days of the week. TeuxDeux is literally that in digital form. So you have columns for each day, you type in your tasks, and then you can drag and drop them. You can also make headers, which I really like because I make a header for each event that I have that day, and then breakfast, lunch, dinner. And so then all the tasks that I have, I can try to kind of create a plan for the day and rearrange them around the events. So it's a really nice way to keep yourself on track. I am always looking at this throughout the day, adding things, rearranging things. Moving on to another tool that I use a lot. It's called Notion. I don't know if you've heard of it. I use it for a few like household management type things, but the page that I want to show you right now is the fitness page. So I like to save videos that I've done, as well as ones that I would like to try. And basically I've just built up this library of exercise videos, and I like to rate how difficult they were, what kind of a workout it is, how long it is. I started working on editing the actual album covers until dinner with a friend, which was super lovely, so lovely in fact that I did not film anything and I just enjoyed the moment. But here's a clip of the ice cream we got and then me calling my dad when I got home. Honestly, sometimes when I sleep in, I'm like annoyed that I didn't wake up when I planned, but I feel amazing today. Like I really needed that sleep, and now it has put me in such a good mood. I'm going to quickly make some edits to a sponsored video that I'm putting out this week. It should be very easy. It's just like re-exporting is gonna take time. So I wanna get that done before I go to class. Class was webs and apps design, which I usually have a lot of free time in because it's a lot of HTML and CSS, which I'm already familiar with. So I wanted to edit, but then I realized I didn't have this one hard drive that I needed to edit. So I actually just decided to skip the second session of class, come home, and finish editing. I've been annoying all my friends by recommending this podcast to them, so now I'm gonna annoy you because I finished all the episodes, so now I have nothing better to do. so after I finished some cleaning, I prepared the dough for a hand-pulled noodle dinner date that I was having, and then I went out to the grocery store for some errands with my Notion grocery list, of course. On Thursday, I planned an entire day in Madrid. The unfortunate thing is that this Apple Care appointment was my main reason for going, and when I got there, I realized I did not actually have an appointment. I just didn't click confirm on the booking page, I guess. But I went to the IE Tower where I'll be studying next year. I had a call with my agency, and then I attended this lecture about Rosalia before going to meet my friend who lives in Madrid this year and who I do not see often enough because of that. When I got back to Segovia, I attended this charity bingo night, won some flowers, and used my very last bits of energy back home to edit another poster for the concert before finally going to sleep. Your optimal bedtime is approaching. One thing I wanted to mention is that I start every morning with 5 minutes of journaling. Even if you don't really feel like writing, it's just a nice little brain dump to do to clear your mind before you start doing anything that day. So on Friday before class, I shot the very last album cover, finally finished that. I went to class, I had lunch with my boyfriend, worked a little bit, had a meeting, and then had a cocktail night with friends in the evening, which again, I do not have footage of because I was just living in the moment too much. I'm doing my weekly planning process now, which I don't normally do on Saturdays, but tomorrow I'm going to Madrid for the entire day. And when I come back, I want my apartment clean, my week planned, everything to just be ready. So I have the whole process written out step by step in Notion. And then we have my day one journaling app, which I update. If I'm missing any entries, I will write about what I did that day. And then I create a new entry that is a weekly review template, and I look through what I did that week. I write what went well, what didn't go well. I have a few other steps where I'm looking at how I spent my time that week, how my projects are going, how the different areas of my life are doing. Look at my flowers. I don't have the greatest track record with plants, so I really gotta try harder with this one. I love the Mac Stickies app. I have this one on the left side of my screen always, this gigantic one, just to keep track of all of the projects that I have going on and the steps for these projects. I'll also write down what projects I can anticipate in the future. So for example, in June/July-ish, I want to work on creating like a portfolio website. That's not something to be concerned about right now, but it's something that I do want to remember and keep in mind. So it's just a nice, gigantic, very simple format list that basically shows everything that is going on in my life. I finished up the planning, and then I did the other big Sunday thing, which is cleaning the entire apartment, for which you need some very hype music for motivation. Okay, sudden music change and mood change. Then I walked to this grocery store that's an hour away, so I had a long call with my family while I did that. I got a bunch of ingredients that I just can't find in other places, so that's why this trip was necessary. And then when I got home, I updated my little Notion database where I like to write down how much things cost at different stores. And then finally, to end the week on a really nice note, my friends came over and we made cocktails and spring rolls. I've never made spring rolls before, so that was quite a learning curve to figure out how to wrap them properly. But it was a lot of fun and really delicious, and just a really good week overall. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!